What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Stalk My Life 101. So today is Tuesday, much later at night, and it's time for a review, recap, whatever, of the new hit summer series, Dead of Summer. Okay, so let's get right into this review. Okay, so more hallucinations. Okay, so the first episode we focused on Amy, which was the main character, female character. Now we're focusing on Alex, who is one of the main male characters. The main characters are, in fact, the camp counselors, the head of the camp, and, like, one of the deputies from the police, plus these, like, ghostly people from the 1800s. So we focused on Alex. We learned about Alex's backstory, and apparently Alex is an immigrant from the Soviet Union, aka like Russia, and he came here when he was a little boy. And right before he left, with his mom and his dad, and right before he left, his grandfather told him that nothing is given to you in life. If you want something, you have to take it. So when they first got to America, his dad got this job working in a dry cleaning factory, and this customer was being, like, really rude and making comments about him being, like, a commie and just being really, really disrespectful and racial on so many different levels. And the owner, like, played into that, and then the owner turned around after the customer left and was being super rude to him. So Alex was there to witness it. He was, like, 11 or 12 or something like that. And the owner was like, "What's your name?" And he had, like, a very, Russian name that I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try to because I don't want to offend anyone. And he was like, "Listen, you're in my country now, and you need to, like, come up with a name that someone can pronounce, like Alex or Alan." So that's what the little boy did. He took the name Alex Powell. That became his name. So, needless to say, in this episode, Alex is having these visions come to him of when he was in Russia and the last days of seeing his grandfather and just being a kid, growing up in America after moving from the Soviet Union. So right before Alex got hired as a summer camp counselor, he went to that very same dry cleaning company and was applying for the help wanted list. So right off the bat, the owner is like, "Do I know you?" And he's all like, "No, but you will." Now, he remembered the owner and everything. So while he's having these flashbacks, he's still at the camp. And, there's, like, this one girl, and she really likes him. And he likes Amy, which is the girl we first learned about in the first season. So he's, like, doing everything to try and get Amy's attention. And, the other girl, excuse me, her name's Cricket. Cricket's just like, there's nothing I can do. And so there's another girl there, and she's like, "Listen, Cricket and her used to be best friends, but they lost touch as they got older from summer camp." So the other girl's like, "Don't worry, I'll help you get, Alex." So she goes to Amy and she goes, "Alex will do whatever he needs to get what he wants. Just be careful. I'm only warning you because you're the new girl." So the episode goes on and all kinds of crazy things happen. Like, first of all, they allowed the summer camp to go on, even after all the weird shenanigans that went on and a dead body. They still allowed the camp to be open. So all the kids come in, and there's this one kid, and he's Russian, and nobody knows that Alex is Russian or that he speaks Russian. And, everybody's making fun of this kid, calling him a commie, and, like, I'm like, that is not nice, okay? I don't like the fact that they're, like, doing that. But I guess you have to kind of displace yourself and remember that it is, like, 1989, and I was only born in that year. I don't know what happened in that year. But I guess, like, that was the ridiculousness that went on. Still doesn't make it right. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, so Alex is seeing this black guy that we saw in the beginning playing the piano. And he's, like, trying to get Alex to find something. And while that's happening, there's this other, like, counselor who's friends with Alex who likes Cricket. And he buys drugs from this, like, guy who looks like he worships Satan and Bryan Adams. And you know, now they're associating, and Alex saw him talking to this guy and buying something from him. So now they're associating this guy with the man that the boy is seeing, but they don't realize that the man that the boy is seeing is actually just a ghost or like a spirit. And the black guy, we still don't know his name or whatever, but the black guy that's just really nice, he's like telling Alex that he needs to find his body or somebody's gonna die. So Alex keeps, like, wandering off because he's listening to this voice. And, like, Dairy Queen, well, her name on the show is Deb, but I just like Dairy Queen, so we're going to keep calling her Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen says that if this boy wanders off one more time, Alex and Scooch, I believe that's his name, are going to get fired. So the boy wanders off again in the middle of the forest, and there needs to be a scapegoat. And Alex went back to what his grandfather said about, you know, you have to take it. So when Scooch bought the drugs from that satanic looking guy, he also gave him like acid. So Scooch laced this boy's drink, which P.S. homeboy is drinking out of a bottle. He's drinking like red Kool-Aid out of a bottle. Don't even understand. But he laced the Kool-Aid with acid, causing the boy to freak out. And he's like freaking out, thinking his face is like melting off or whatever, and he like runs out of his room. And in order to get out of their room, they have to go through the boys' cabin, like the boy campers. And when he runs out into the boys' campers, the little Russian boy is like, find the body, find the body. So he runs out and he's like on some kind of psychedelic high, and he like finds the body. And Alex, the jerk, goes to Dairy Queen and goes, hey, like, something's wrong with Scooch, he's bugging out. So they go, and Scooch is like, no, I found it, oh my god, I found it, look, I found it, we gotta go find it, I found it. And like, when you get there, the body's gone. So he's like, no, I found it, like, this can't be happening. Alex, tell her. And Alex won't say anything. So the next day comes, and Scooch is saying goodbye or whatever. And earlier, him and Alex had made a bet. The bet was that $50 for who would win first. And the win is Alex would get with Amy, or Scooch would, like, sleep with Cricket. And since Scooch had to be sent home before he did it, he says to Amy, this guy will do whatever he wants, and he throws the $50 bill at him. And Amy, of course, is just upset because this isn't the first time she's been told this, and this isn't the first time that he's done something or said something to make her upset. So the episode ends with Scooch walking off, because obviously he got fired. Scooch is walking off, and he sees the black man that, you know, the little Russian boy had seen, and he goes like this. It's very, very dramatic. And Scooch turns around, and you hear a train. You don't see what Scooch is looking at, but you hear a train, and Scooch is like, yeah. And end. You guys don't even understand how baffling yet awesome this show is. So this show is really, really confusing, but it's not. Like, I can't explain it. It's like walking through a labyrinth. When you look at the aerial view of the labyrinth, you would know exactly where to go. But when you're actually walking through the labyrinth, you have no clue which way to turn without possibly running into the Goblin King. But this show is just really, really good. The one thing about this show is that you have to constantly pay attention. You cannot watch the show and try to do other things, because if you do, you will easily get lost. So that's a tip for you. That's really all I have to say about this show. It's just really awesome, and I'm really enjoying it. Are you guys watching this show? If so, let me know in the comments down below, or hit me up on Twitter. Unfortunately, I don't get to tweet and watch the series with you guys because I have to do my Pretty Little Liars review and have it uploaded. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way of like systeming out how I'm gonna review these two shows that come on back to back. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of this recap review whatever of Dead of Summer. And if you would like to be part of the GG Meister Merpod and swim with us on all of our adventures, it's fairly easy to do. All you have to do is rate, comment, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring, and that instantaneously qualifies you for being part of the GG Meister Merpod and it is free. What? Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys to the moon and back. Loves and like, share. Bye.